Hey beautiful one, it's Ethany and it is First Impressions Friday, which means I have a new deck to go through, explore, discover and share with you all. And this week it is the Tarot de la Nuit, and this is by Alexandra Bach and Caroline Eshisnasi. I don't know if I said that right. I am very, very sorry. A lot of the time my pronunciation is well wrong. This is a deck by Lo Scarabeo. And look at this beautiful silver. So this is a brand new deck that I've received. My deck did get quite smashed up in the mail, but that was the mail person's fault and not Los Scarabeo's. Let me just look at the owl on the front there. You know you've got me when you got moonlight and owls. Honestly, that's just like candy to me. So now I'm going to swap cameras and we're going to go through each one of these cards and discover the Tarot de la Nuit. Okay, so now we're going to go through the Tarot de la Nuit, and I have already made a little, I thought I did anyway, I did incision to make this a little bit easier because I do sometimes struggle to get the plastic off. There we go. I told you about the owl, so I had, of course, have my driftwood owl out, which I love. Okay, so lots of beautiful silver in this deck. There's 79 cards. I'm interested to see what the extra card is. So much like the Tarot Mucha, it comes in one of the boxes where it opens like so. And then we have the Guidebook. I'm going to assume that this is the High Priestess card, as it looks very, very High Priestessy to me. So I'm just going to pop the booklet there and we'll go through that after. Okay, so it sits in this box. I found with my Tarot Mucha and also my Arcanum, I believe. No, the Thelema Tarot, the Arcanum I haven't unboxed yet. The lid was sometimes popping out when I was like trying to pick up the deck, but I do like the design because it is a little bit different from what you normally get. I'm just going to unwrap. Okay. So the cardstock is really glossy. So that's going to be one of those lovely, it fans very well decks. We have a spare card here, which a lot of Lo Scarabeo Llewellyn cards have. This is the back. You can see the gloss of the lamination here. I do really like the back design. It is reversible. Purple is my favorite color. This color palette of this deck is very much something that I am very attracted to. I mean, check out all the amethyst on my altar today. So I know I'm going to enjoy that. This is a digital art deck. The deck is not gilded. The cardstock is like a 330 GSM, pretty stock standard. That's one thing that, and I have passed this on to people at Llewellyn and Lo Scarabeo. Their card deck is not the best in the world, and they've kind of struggled with getting something I feel is on par to at least all the indie creators and now some of the more the other mainstream publishers, but that's something that is not, I can't do anything about. So let's go through the deck. The Fool. Now I know that digital art is not everybody's cup of tea, but again, the color palette alone is going to make, I'm pretty sure is going to please my eyeballs. So the Fool painting the cherry blossoms. This looks like it's going to be a very tarot white deck. So that's something that, I not super comfortable with having decks that are just all white people with very, very, very Icelandic figures and features in this deck. Doesn't mean it's not beautiful. So I think that diversity is very important. The Magician, she is gorgeous. Oh, there we go. We have the High Priestess here. So I was wrong. It might be the Moon that is that card. So as you can see, there are some references to the Rider-Waite-Smith in this deck, the Empress. She looks like she's either asleep or is going to go to sleep. The Emperor, maybe we're going for a little bit of a Kit Harington romance novel look. You know, Kit Harington, Pompeii, that movie was terrible, but the Emperor. I love the color scheme though, it's so pretty. The Hierophant, it's Jesus. Look at that photograph, every time I do it makes me laugh. Sorry. I feel like sometimes I should be more serious in these videos, but what comes to my head, I can't help it. And it's not that, again, like I don't find it like appealing. I just get some very strange things come into my mind sometimes. The Lovers. A very come hither look. Whoop. The Chariot. Oh, I like that it's a magic carpet. That is cool. And we have two knights, the two knights in the chessboard. That is pretty dope. I like that a lot. Strength. Little Amelia Clark looking there. As far as digital art goes though, like photography, digital artwork, this is actually quite a well done deck. Like there's not some blending and forms in other card decks that I've got are not so great. This is actually done really well. The Hermit, this reminds me of a friend of mine in Australia. The Wheel, the Three Fates, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, she's gorgeous. Temperance. There's something about these colors, right? The dark night sky and the deep purples and the deep greens and blues I really, really like. The Devil. Temptation. The Tower. Yep, you probably couldn't pay me money to go in there by myself after dark. No, thank you. The Star. The Moon. Which is interesting because like this card here, the Moon has got a lot of symbols in it in the Rider-Waite-Smith and in the Thoth. And there's not much here. You can't even see the Moon clearly. And I guess you could get a lot out of that alone with the Moon, one of the key words being illusion, but it's interesting that the Moon's not even visible and the light is coming from the wrong way from the Moon anyway, and there's no symbols, but that's an interesting card. The Sun. Judgment. I like the tree. Oh, she's the World. I like that even more. This has got to be my favorite card so far, because again, owl. Can't help it. And then the Angel de la Nuit. This must be the extra card. This is a standard size tarot deck too, for those of you who are wondering. The Ace of Cups. Now this does very much, Two of Cups, look like a deck full of very beautiful people. And if that's not your thing, I don't think I've come across a Fuggo yet, then this is not going to be your deck. I really like that play on the teacup, the tea party. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. Yeah, if you're looking for something that's... This is very fantasy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but this is why I like doing these videos, is to show people what you're going to be getting so you can make an informed choice. And if it's not your cup of tea, then it's not your cup of tea. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Again, there's no cups. So, like, where are the cups? There's no cups. For me, it wouldn't have taken very much to put some cups in the cards that say cups. That is bothering me quite a bit, to be honest. Nine of Cups. Like, the artwork is so pretty. I like want to be half of these women, but there's no cups. There's no, like, the Ten of Cups has got no cups. It's just a really cool costume. The Page of Cups. I like that she's a mermaid, a young mermaid. And the Knight. So I suppose the shield thing kind of makes sense, but again, there's no cup and there's no steed of any kind. The Queen of Cups. I feel like I'm being super critical of this deck, and it's hard not to be as a tarot reader and a creator and an author. So I do, again, like, it's full of very pretty people, King of Cups, who all belong on the cover of books, but there's no actual elemental representation. There's two clocks in that one, but there's nothing that shows the actual suits. So I wonder if it's been someone's portfolio of art that's been turned into a tarot deck instead of it being done with intent. And I don't know, but it kind of feels like it. Oh, look, we have some coins. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 pentacles, people. Hallelujah. There's 7 of pentacles. Like, I don't think it would have been hard to do that. And I would have chosen a different kind of image for the 7 of pentacles, but that's just me. The 8 of pentacles. 9 of pentacles, which is one of my favorite cards in most every tarot deck. And it doesn't feel very 9 of pentacles. Again, it's like beautiful artwork. The artwork is gorgeous. But it just doesn't, for me, it doesn't really read. It's Elsa! That is 100% freaking Elsa. It doesn't feel that it was created for a tarot deck. That also looks like Amelia Clark. It's Khaleesi. So I'm struggling there. But again, it's really pretty. I'm sure it photographs extremely well. Oh, look, we have an actual pentacle. Like if you were doing Instagram posts and stuff, it'd be very pretty. So now wands. No fire in that at all, which is kind of weird. 2 of wands. Oh dear. Yep. 4 of wands. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going through this deck, and like the 5 of wands is about action and battle and challenge and energy, and can be chaotic, and there's like standstill there. It's a very odd. Oh, that actually kind of looks like the 7 of wands should. In lingerie. The 8 of wands. The 9 of wands. Like I said, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to finish this walkthrough. I want to see what's in the guidebook. I know it's, I don't hate that image. I think that's kind of, obviously, look, she's run off on her wedding day. But there's no wands in a lot of these cards, and they don't really make all that much sense. I think that's a really cool image. If we had some, I mean, the sunflowers, that's a Queen of Wands. Look, it's Lestat. Was that his name in Interview with the Vampire? I'm sure the internet will correct me. The Ace of Swords. It's a little mermaid. I don't think she saved Eric. Eric is dead. Poor Eric. Okay, I get that for the Three of Swords. 4. This is quite disjointed for me, this deck. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but not Buffy the Vampire Slayer. 6 of Swords. At least she's on a boat. 7 of Swords. So not a lot of men in this deck. It's only been the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Kings. So it is very feminine, and I like feminine decks. Oh look, we got another. Oh, that could be a guy or a girl. 9 of Swords. 10 of Swords. But I am. Oh no, I found Jon Snow. Jon Snow just. Now we have Jon Snow. Try to tell me that's not Jon Snow. Queen of Swords. And then the King of Swords. So there's like 5 dudes in this deck. No, maybe 7. I'm probably going to struggle reading with this deck if I read with it at all. I will give it a go from the perspective of I really think a lot of the cards have got some beautiful artwork, but yeah, they don't make an awful lot of sense to me. So the one good thing about this laminate is it does fan very, very well. It can make shuffling a little bit difficult or picking them up because it is quite slippery. So I'm going to give it a quick shuffle. I don't mean to like hate on this deck for those people who love it and own it. Like, it's pretty. It just kind of lacks a lot of tarot stuff in it for me. Queen of Swords. Of course we get the Queen of Swords. My card, my identifying card. So I'm going to have a quick look at the guidebook. Now, all Los Scarabeo books are multilingual. So I'm going to go to the front. How the deck was created. So yeah, it looks like it was a portfolio and then a deck. Welcome to the Kingdom of Nuit, where night becomes an imaginary land. Then we go straight into the major arcana. I do like here, it all starts here, for the magic is in my hands. I kind of like that. Love as a compass, that's cool. I like those. Listen, your heart is speaking. Like, those are cool little. I'm gonna try and find the Queen of Swords. The sword being my scepter. The sword I hold reminds me not to get caught up in swirling emotion. It protects me from overwhelming feelings. I want to keep my ability to judge things or people without being sentimental. So we keep going in there, and there's keywords: independence, clear judgment, controlled emotions, logic, and straight honesty. And yeah, that's how I would read the Queen of Swords as well, very much so. How to use the deck. We suggest that you do a step into the night ritual. For one night, sleep with your deck under your pillow so you can connect with it. So I disagree with that. I don't know many people who can actually sleep properly with an entire deck of cards under their pillow. And you could wreck your cards, you could bend them, they could end up at the bottom of your bed. Also, having that much energy and those under your pillow, I mean, I don't recommend it, but you know, go nuts. Then we have the one, I just say, Anthony warned you, 1 card reading, and then the night spread, which is a 7 card spread. And then it goes into Italian, and then it will keep on going with the other languages there, which I do really, really like the fact that they have that. So all in all, some of the artwork is stunning. I have a number of fantasy decks that I can't really work with because of the issue of they don't gel really with the tarot structure and how I read. I'm going to give it a red hot go. It may end up being gifted to somebody, but this is the Tarot de Nuit. If you like it, that's cool. I'm not bagging it. I'm just saying for me, I might struggle. Thank you so much for watching. I will pop a link to where you can get this deck in the description. It's on Amazon. It's by Lo Scarabia, so it's readily available. And I hope you have a blessed day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this video.